Hello, this is Scott with Walking My Path. Today we're going to be exploring Goose Pond. It's tucked behind the parking lot of Walden Pond. Not many people know about it, but it's a stunning kettle pond and part of the Walden Pond State Reservation. You can access it via a trail from the parking lot. Goose Pond was mentioned by Thoreau in his writings. It was a key landmark for him while traveling to Lincoln, though it's similar to Walden Pond, but it's not as deep or as large. It is a kettle pond, meaning that there was a big iceberg there at one point. And before Thoreau arrived here, a man named Cato Ingram, a formerly enslaved person, lived in the house near the path that leads from Walden Pond Road to Goose Pond. Sadly, there's nothing left of his house today. Thoreau wrote about Ingram in Walden, noting that Ingram planted walnut trees to feed his family, but unfortunately the family didn't survive very long. They spent about 10 years on the land. You can read more about Cato Ingram's story in the book Black Walden. Thoreau also describes the area across from his bean field in Walden as being home to Cato Ingram, who had been enslaved by Duncan Ingram of Concord Village. Thoreau's writings gives us a glimpse of the struggles that Cato and his family faced. It's beautiful here in the winter with the younger trees lining the trail. This area was likely cleared not too long ago. These trees here are fairly new. But there is Goose Pond. And we will walk around a little bit before going down. People like to bike and also ski, cross-country ski here. So you'll see ski tracks. In 1836, Ralph Waldo Emerson, close associate of Thoreau, walked around Goose Pond and developed a lecture series called the Goose Pond Principle. I don't have the full lecture on hand. We have the principles that he put in his notes. One, there's a deep relationship between man and nature, where what is in matter is also in the mind. 2, human nature compels us to express ourselves and embody our thoughts. 3, the mind constantly seeks to idealize and unify the world, influencing art and architecture. 4, nature mirrors this unity, from shells and leaves to animals and plants. 5, the mind also tends to separate and magnify details, often missing the larger connection. 6, beneath all appearances are eternal laws, what we call nature. 7, there's one shared mind, common to all individuals. I'll leave a link to Emerson's notes on the principles if you're interested in reading more. If you're walking in the woods and you do see the tracks from people skiing, don't walk in the tracks. Other skiers will come along. And here's a nice view of Goose Pond. It is frozen over, and maybe we'll walk out on it. I spent 2 or 3 days walking around this, meaning I came back on 2 or 3 days and walked around. Take a look at these split trees. These were likely cut and the stumps resprouted. You'll see a lot of these as we walk around. And if you like these videos, please subscribe. If you've been back here on this trail, also leave a note in the comments. See, there's a split tree, and look, just noticing the beauty of the snow. Goose Pond Trail put on that split tree we just looked at. All right. Going down to the pond. You can see how the skier traversed so they can make it down this hill safely. It's really nice being over here, and as opposed to Walden sometimes. It's just a little quieter, not as many people. Just taking a look at the way the snow forms around the brush. All right, this is Goose Pond. It's frozen over. We'll walk out on it. You can see the ski tracks and people tracks and some animal tracks. Take a look at those and see what do you think those tracks are? There's where we came from. I just love the way the shadows and the light appears across the frozen pond. A little island here in the middle, and birds like to take up shelter there. Looking back around, you can see people live. Part of the pond has been developed. There are people that live right on the pond. Doesn't sound too terrible. What kind of tracks do you think these are? Leave in the comments what you think. I did follow them over here, hoping to see that animal. And that is definitely a deer track there. And let's take another look at this island. I heard some birds, and let's see if we can get some video of them. There they are. So is that a blue jay? I think it is. I think those are blue jays. Puffed up, keep warm. Alright, we'll continue on to the other side. And just looking at the bank here, you don't really get this perspective a lot. Had to turn the camera off while I walked up the hill. Notice we get some of the trees are a little larger over here. Probably this was an area that was a little hard to get to. As we make our way over here to the east side, the trail does split. You can either go to the right or the left. If you go to the right, you can only go so far. They do have a sign stating no trespassing, but you can go to the left and walk back that way around the pond. And there's some future ventures that we'll go on too, where there is a way that this meets up over with Fairyland and Brister's Hill. Today we're gonna walk around the pond and make our way up to Pine Hill, the Pine Hill Trail. That'll be coming up. This is dogs are not allowed on these trails, and I haven't seen a lot of prints from dogs, so I think people do respect that rule for the most part. Clearing on the east side, and we're gonna walk up and then go on the north side. And stay with me because we have a couple treats still coming up. This is a long video, but it's really nice. And I find it really beautiful to be out in the snow. And I feel really lucky to be near a place like this and also able to walk around and enjoy it. See the split trees again. some deer tracks, and I did get curious and I went back over here this way a little ways, and so I did find these rocks. Nice little place to sit here to look out and enjoy the pond. May come back here sometime, just sit and meditate on the pond. You can see the trees here that fell down. It looks like the wind would have been coming from the north, so probably a nor'easter may have knocked them down. And we're back out in the parking lot, and some birds in the trees. And so now we're going to take another trip, and we're going to go on the Pine Hill Trail, and we're going to head over to an old building, old structure that I discovered while looking at Google Maps. I saw some images posted by others pointing to a building, so curious. It'll be then we can go check this out ourselves. So here we are looking out at Goose Pond again. But this time we're going to go right instead of left. And we're going to walk on the Pine Hill Trail. Once again, you can see all these split trees. I think the light coming through the forest just looks beautiful. The shadows on the snow, the bluish, purplish shadows, and the white, yellow tones. The sun is where the sun's hitting the snow. Beautiful, majestic tree. Alright, we're almost there. A little bit further to go. And there you can see the old building, approaching the shack. We are a bit off of the road. The road is in front of us there, Walden Street. But we have a good amount of tree growth that's keeping us hidden. Here's this old shack. Let's go take a look, see what this was. Unfortunately, there is some graffiti. Some old concrete ballast for signage, it looks like. And some other tracks, animal tracks. I think it's a deer has been down here looking around. Let's look at it. This is a majestic tree. It's got to be at least 100 years old, you think? Is that a hemlock? So you can see this is pretty dilapidated, falling apart. Some wiring, fencing, and I'm not going in, but I am going to put my camera in. You can see trash cans and some old signage. So this was a storage garage for the park that has long been since put out of use. But we are fairly close to the road, and we'll walk over and take a look at that. Some more fencing, and we have a stone dump as well underneath the snow there. And it looks like people and animals have been on this part of the trail. Now stay with me, there's some surprises at the end. I spent a few days walking around and gathering some video, and so at the very end we've got some surprises. Yeah, here you can see Walden Street, and if you've ever wondered where this access road went, now you know. You can see the deer tracks there crossing over into Walden. we're gonna head back, but like I stated, stay with us because there are some surprises at the end that you don't want to miss. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Alright, this is the surprise. I spent a good bit of time tracking these deer so we could get some video, and they're finally feeling comfortable enough to let me get close enough to video them. I was following their tracks and almost didn't even see them till I was just right up on them. And I'm about 20 feet, I guess, away. And the mother there is, the doe is paying close attention, making sure I don't get too close. And so I'm trying to keep a respectful distance. Hey, buddy, I won't hurt you. Hey, everything's fine. So I feel very blessed that they trusted me enough to let me get this close and videotape him. I won't be bothering them anymore so they don't get used to me. Okay, you guys have a good day. All right, thanks for watching, and please subscribe. I'm not gonna bother you. Please leave a comment if there's some place you think that I should go or walk, and anything that you'd like to say at all, just leave a comment. Thank you for coming with me.